hopefully that works. Let's find out. Good evening, late afternoon, depending on your time zone. Still Jeff here for the ultimate play along practice session for the Ukulele Foundations course. So this is week 6. There will be other workshops and other courses, but I thought let's get people started on the right foot. So that was the goal of Ukulele Foundations. Hopefully we achieved that. There's also, I could see chat. So if anyone is watching this live on Facebook or YouTube, please send me a quick hello. I'd like to hear where you're watching this from or what you're doing at this very moment. Maybe you're playing ukulele, who knows? So today's gonna be a bit different. I'm gonna re-record the previous practice session because the sound was not there. So you're gonna have a bonus one, which is kind of a trip down memory lane, but with sound this time. So so we have, I'm gonna, I guess, wrap things up in a way that makes sense, review what we've seen so far. I'm gonna start my timer because we all know what happens when I don't do that. And so my goal is to show you more examples of how this all looks when you bring it all together. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm sure you'll have questions and things you get maybe stuck on, which is completely normal. There's no shame. It's ukulele, so there's no shame into sometimes hitting a bit of a wall or a bottleneck. My job is to help you go through those. All right, so we're going to change things up a little today. And I thought we could start with something a bit different, which is, hang on, stay right there with me. I'm going to look at not here, Jeff, here. Of course, that's the missing link. Just give me one quick second. And here we go. Okay. I want to talk about this. So the warm-up is going to be a bit different today. I'm going to take a couple of minutes. And this is something I recommend you do sometimes, depending on what, mix it up. This was my message to you. So sometimes warming up is also warming up your mind. So in this case, I'm going to review the five-step process to supercharge my learning. So why am I doing that is because just reading it, and if you're really, really game, you can even, say those words out loud to program yourself. I'm half kidding, it actually works. So anyway, first thing is, before I try anything, I'm going to try to listen. And listen in a way that's non-performance based, so meaning it's okay if it takes you a little while, take all the time and choose a focus. And what I mean by choose a focus is maybe you just want to warm up your foot tapping. That needs to be warmed up. Maybe I need to get clear on what the rhythm is. Maybe I don't understand that rhythm or that strumming at that speed. So in which case I'm going to focus on getting clear. That will be my focus. So the whole goal is to set yourself up for success. So control the different settings until it's almost too easy. Once it's too easy, you could do it a couple of times, and then your brain is going to think, oh, this is great. I got this, so let's just make it a bit faster. And then you try it, and then you go a bit faster, and next thing you know, you're at full speed. So that's the fastest way. Seriously, I've tried pretty much everything, and I guarantee you this is the fastest way to get there. So listen first, find your speed, and your size, meaning instead of going for a full, verse, maybe focus on the first 2 chords, or maybe even just the first chord. Just stay there until you get that strumming to a place you like. And maybe that's going to take you a couple of days. But when you get it, though, it's so gratifying. Anyway, and then once you find your speed and size, loop it. You loop it, and again, you could get lost in there. Personally, I find that very soothing and very relaxing. Maybe you don't feel that way. If you don't feel that way, it's probably because you need to tweak a setting or two until you get it to a place where you can not only play it, but you could try things out. This is a big plus of the ukulele, is that you could try things out. And if you ever make mistakes, I guess if nothing else, this class will show you that if I can make it, you can make it too. So that's the goal, is if you make mistakes, just laugh and keep trying or adjust a setting until it's easier for you. But there's no way ukulele will ever judge you or a ukulele player. So that's take advantage of that. Just smile, and oh well, that wasn't my best effort. Or maybe sometimes you just get distracted, whatever is the case. And once you get there, don't forget to have fun. You know, sometimes even like if we have a stressful day or whatnot, it might be difficult to have fun. So yeah, so that was my mental warm up. I'm gonna do another part of a warm up, and this time I'm gonna do something a bit different. I'm just gonna set this up properly. I'm gonna review some of the rhythms we've seen so far. It's a good thing I prepared this outside of the screen because, of course, there's a slight tech glitch. Not that this would happen ever again. So I'm just gonna go through the rhythms quickly, and I'm gonna share that with you all. Not this one, this one. All right. So again, so rhythm, I'm gonna set a metronome at around 60 just to set me up for success. One click is one foot tap or one beat. 2, 3, 4. So just getting myself warmed up for strumming, just getting used to the metronome again, tapping my foot along, moving my hand with a C chord. I'm using my low G, and I think it's out of tune, so sorry about that. It sounds like it might be. It wasn't that bad. So that's part of warming up, making sure you're tuned, preferably before going live on YouTube. All right, it's close enough for rock and roll. Let's go with a F chord, 2, 3, 4, get into it. If 60 is not your speed, then slow it down, speed it up, but don't go too fast. At this point, it's still a warm up. Okay, I'm getting a sense of that metronome. We talked about the purpose of this rhythm is to find the number of bars in a song for each chord. So just to figure that out. Sometimes it's your only ticket to play super fast songs because the rhythm is super simple, or just to figure out how to sing or find the notes. This is something useful. Rhythm number two, which is half notes, is used for, sometimes there are 2 chords in a bar. So this is kind of a whole note, but for that situation, let's go to F to C. 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, C, 3, 4, 1, 2. It also works for fast songs where there are 2 chords per bar. Okay, nice. Okay. Next is rhythm 10B. I probably should find a better name for it. Anyway, that's the ballad one. That's very, it's kind of island strum, but less complicated. So it's super useful. Works on almost any song. So go to F to C, but this time, F for 1 bar and C for the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to C. 2. Let's go back to F. 2, 3. Nice. Very, very useful rhythm. Ballads also. This one is used a lot for jazz comps, like Autumn Leaves and that type of stuff. So you'll get that. Sometimes staccato, meaning I'm muting the strings almost immediately after to have a shorter chord as opposed to. It's also the case for Motown, so I'm going to speed it up without a metronome just to show you. So you see it's much faster. Again, not very long chords. It's not, but there's still quarter notes even though they're shorter. Okay. Next, we talked about this. I'm going to change the setup quickly. I'm going to go down to 40, and I am going to turn my half note mode on. Sorry, eighth note. Oh, well, my phone is not cooperating. Here we go. Good phone. 2 and 3, oh, and 4, and 1 and 2. So start like that, but as I said earlier, sometimes you want to play this with only downstrokes. So keep the foot tap going. So I'm going to explain that a bit better. So keep the foot tap going, exactly following like every 2 clicks your foot goes down. Or if you prefer, every time there's a click, your foot moves. So click, 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 click. So keep that going like this. Click. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now you are going to just play all of those clicks, but using only downstrokes. So it's going to be a bit of a different relationship between your foot and your hand than you're used to. So you're basically moving your hand twice as fast as you usually do. So it goes 1 and 2 and 2. Just kidding. 2 and 3. 1. Sorry, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and so on and so forth. So I'll show you an example with a song a bit later, but that's what I wanted to say. It's a bit of a curveball at this point once you're used to doing it like down, up. It also works, that's for blues or rock. It also works great if you're going to be playing the end of a pattern. I'm going to show you an example in a second. Okay, cool. Stand By Me works great with this one. So let's do this. 4, and here we go. And A minor, and F, and G or G7, and of course after a while you're gonna speed it up, so we'll give it a bit of a swing because this is Stand By Me after all. And so on and so forth. All right, so that's rhythm number 8. And 8B is a variation on it. We saw the island strum profusely. This one we haven't talked about a lot. This works great with stuff like Blue Moon. So, ti, ti, da. So let's put the metronome back. And 2 and 3, moving my hand. 4, and here we go. Ti, ti, da. Ti, ti, da. Let's go with a C chord. A minor. It also works when you have 2 chords per bar, like so. Let's go to F. So again, if I go faster, okay. And last but not least, our friend Twist and Shout. So this is super useful. It goes a little something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and da, ti, ti, da, 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 ti, ti, da, 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 ti, ti, da. Okay, I'm all warmed up. I could switch context and go to the fun part, which is songs. Okay, let's do that. So we just talked about Twist and Shout, so I think we should go ahead and just play it. All right, Twist and Shout. Let's make this a bit bigger. Okay, so Twist and Shout. Find a key that works for you. So this is something I've talked about, like putting it all together, of course. So find a key that works for you. And so here we have A, A7, D, and G. So if I'm going to be using the rhythm we just saw, what's going to go down is we're going to use D, G, and A7. So D and G are going to be in the same bar using the rhythm we just saw. So what was that rhythm again? You might not remember. So this is why I brought it just right here for you. See, this is the rhythm. So ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. So I'm going to be playing ta, ti, ti for the first chord and the ta, ta for the second chord. Okay, back to our regular program. So that's D to G. Again, ta, ti, ti, ta, And then we switch to A. And since this is the end of a pattern, remember what I just said? At the end of a pattern, oftentimes you'll just go T, 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 like a drummer, T, 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 T. So it goes B, G, A, 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 D. A bit slower. And if you want to make it extra funky, you turn the A into an A7. So you just lift that one finger. So I'm going to show it to you closer. So it goes like this. Sorry, wrong finger. D, A, you could go straight to A7 if you prefer, like this. And so on and so forth. So it does work with the song. Let me show you what I mean. So it works with La Bamba as well. Shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout, twist and shout, and so on and so forth. So that was a good example of putting in practice a combination of rhythms. So sometimes it's not about keeping the same strumming all the way through. In this case, you have one strumming, which is ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ta. So that's one pattern. And you end the whole sentence with ti, 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 ti. So ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. And once you're clear with that and get your foot tapping and everything, find a speed that works for you and focus on a size that works for you and then have fun. It's a great, this always wins in any party that you could play this in. Maybe I should celebrate the English national holiday so that I could play that song as well. Maybe for some other time. Okay, cool. Let's go, because this was fresh. I also wanted to talk about the tab that we've seen this week. So I'm just gonna play a quick version. We haven't really spent a lot of time. This is swing, by the way. It's not always written. Listen to a version of the song and then you'll figure it out. So what do we have as rhythm there? Da, da, ti, da, ti, do, da, do, ba, boom, ba, da, 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 ti. Try it with me. Da, da, ti, da, ti. 3, 4. Da, da, ti, da, ti. So that's the first bar. So I'm looping the first bar. If you have a problem seeing it, I will fix that for you in a second, or will I? Yeah, I can't. That's the best I could do here. That's probably the best I could do. Da, da, ti, da, ti. Slower, and I'm gonna put the metronome. And I'm gonna put the metronome with the swing because I said it was swing. So put swing mode. Let's go. And 4, and da, da, ti, da, ti. I'm gonna loop that now. Let's do this. And da, da, ti, da, ti, da, da, ti, da, ti, da, da, and so on. So sometimes you could get a bit obsessed, quote unquote, with that rhythm, and that's fine. So now when I play that line, so to play that line, you'll need to be in first position like so, so meaning one finger per fret, and we're starting on the first string. So start with the third finger, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1. And use a finger, like you could use just one finger like I just did. So that works. Some people prefer to like just grab their ukuleles there and use their thumbs instead. So let's do that. It gives a bit of a warmer, rounder tone to. All right. Okay, cool. So now if I go back, let's try this. Three, four. And oh, I'm missing a note here. Sorry, that's my bad. Like, why aren't you seeing the note? Okay, that's better. Two, three, four. And now I need to scroll down. And so on and so forth. So that was a pass where I explored the melody. So in your case, since you're not familiar with the song, you might go much slower. You might go. And once you're comfortable with that, try with the metronome. And 3, and 4, and. Oops, I missed it. That's okay. If I miss it, it means I was probably distracted. So let's try again. That's pretty good. Let's do it again. And 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. No, not quite. Okay, I start again. I start from the top. And 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3. No. So when that happens, I wanted to do this on purpose for you. So when that happens, it means I'm probably unclear. And this is what I wanted to show you. So what does it do? 1, and 2, and 3. Oh, so it's on the 3. It's because of that notation. So I'm playing on 1, 2, and then I'm playing on 3. Okay, let's do it again. 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2. I'm playing on 3, and 3. Whoops, I got distracted because I thought at the same time. Sometimes it's hard being a superhero. And 4, and. Okay, that was not bad. Again, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. That was it. I got it this time. And 3. I'm aiming for 3 times in a row. Okay, once more. 2. And 2. And 3. And 4. Okay. So I would practice it until I'm feeling comfortable with just that one line. And I might stop the metronome and go again. How does it go again? 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so it's on the end of the 4. Okay, I need to clarify that. So I'm playing, I might go and write that rhythm down until it makes sense to me. Maybe using the notation, maybe this is what I'll do for the last practice. I'll transcribe this one to the form of notation we're familiar with. But this is what a practice for that part would look. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I want to talk about a song by U2. So, song by U2, this is a good example, by the way, what I just did. It's a good example of how a practice would look because sometimes you're not going to get to the bottom of it. So maybe you want to stay there. Maybe you want to practice Fly Me to the Moon until you get it. But it's okay if you don't master it. I'll get it back tomorrow because I'm a pretty hard-headed guy. I know I will get you Fly Me to the Moon with the metronome and everything. So with or without you, using the chords. In this case, it suggests capo. So Bono, I know for a fact Bono has a much larger vocal range that I do. So I'm not so sure about that with or without a capo. So it says if you want to play with Bono, you need to put a capo on the 7th fret. Personally, that's just my opinion. I find that whenever I put a capo on a ukulele, anywhere beyond the 5th fret, it becomes a bit out of tune, especially if you have like a smaller ukulele. So I might play around with the plus and minuses. So I'll probably put a capo at the 5th fret, which means I'm going to adjust with the plus and minuses accordingly. But let's try it. Let's not care about Bono right now. Let's just focus on us. So we need a G. That's fine. I think I have them here. I will fire them up. We need our friend G. That's fine. We need our friend D. Let's go. We need our friend E minor, which they don't have a good version here of for some reason. Where is E minor? I don't have E minor? No. Oh, here it is. Okay. And C. We all know C, right? Our friend C. This one. Okay, cool. Okay, so notice something important whenever it's available, that's a plus. Here we have the target speed, which is 110. And look at that. What is this? Oh, wait, this is exactly what Jeff was talking to us about. Those are 8th notes, but they're all down strums. So, in other words, I'm going to remove the swing from my thing. This is, let's take a G chord. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The hard part is tapping your foot only on the numbers. And 4. But they're all down strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just gonna go switch to percussive. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So you need to learn that movement with the foot tap and the hand being offset. It's like a little dance that's different. Okay, let's make it a bit more interesting. So I'm gonna emphasize on the first beat. 2 and 3 and 4. A bit louder. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And we'll go with G. 1, 2. So make the other ones a bit softer. 4, a bit louder this one. And 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. So that's a slow speed to give you a sense of what that sounds when it's a bit more musical, how that sounds. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and with a G. 1 and 2 and 3. The first beat a bit louder. Okay, so you get the idea. Down the road, you could put that emphasis or that accent on different parts. So it could go 1 and 2 and... What does that sound like? It almost sounds like a drum. 1 and... But what you could tell is that I'm going... So that's the full speed. That's 110. So I'm getting that train drive. So that's very different than 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So it's not all even. There are some that have more power. So if you apply that to our friend, let's do it. D, E minor, C, G, D, E minor, and C. And let's start again. I'm going to try to see if that's my range. See the stones dead in your eyes. See the thorn twists by your side. I wait, it's a bit high, for you. Slay of hand and twist of fate. And a bed She makes me wait, now wait for you, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that works. So that was a good example of the power eighth notes, which are all down strums. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I could have gone with my index. It's a bit louder, of course. See how this is much more interesting than 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, like, because there are variations in how loud I'm going. So this is what I wanted to show you with this one. Okay, let's move on. I want to sneak those in. Okay, Blue Moon. So Blue Moon is, that's the Marcel's version. It's always fun. So this is to put in an application the doo-wop rhythm. So if you want to practice this doo-wop rhythm, you could try something like Blue Moon. So let's go D, G, E minor, C. Okay, so let's go with, where is it? Not the bom, did the bong, the bong. Here we go. Let's go with the chorus, the Blue Moon part. So one. So the rhythm is ti ti da, ti ti da, ti ti da, ti ti da. So let's go slowly. Ti ti da. Change chord. C, D. And when you're comfortable, you can start speeding it up a bit. Changed chords. D, G, E minor, C, D. Eventually, you probably won't be able to follow, but that's the point. And so on and so forth. So you could try this one at home, because I'm keeping an eye on time. I want to talk to you about a song we talked about previously, which was Grenade by Bruno Mars, which is a great song. Why is this song important? I just blew my punchline. Never mind. Here we, no, that's not the one, Jeff. Darn it. Where is it? I had it before. Don't let me down. Oh, yes, sorry. It was the right version. My bad. Completely my bad. Okay, what I want to show you here is sometimes you have, it gives you the strumming here. Of course, this is just a suggested strumming, so you might not necessarily want to play it. By the way, you could always play the actual patterns here. It's going to tell you what it sounds like when you have speakers, which I don't right now. But so in this case, what I wanted to talk to you about is when you're reading those, this is a 2-bar rhythm. So it really means it goes over 2 bars as opposed to just one. So bar number 1 goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And bar number 2, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4 again, you just go 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like dancing, really. So if we go through the whole rhythm, it goes da, ti, ti, da, ti, ti, da, ti, 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 da, ti, ti, da, ti, ti, da, ti, 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 da. So that would be the rhythm. That's one way to write it. The other way, sometimes it's worth looking at different versions. Sometimes I prefer this. They're going to say, okay, during the verse and pre-chorus, play this pattern, which is exactly the one we just saw. No difference. But once you get to the chorus, spice it up, Jeff, and try different combinations. So in this case, they're saying for that section, this is actually supposed to be, because of there are 2 lines, this is 16th notes, but they're suggesting a different rhythm. That's what I wanted to show you. So if I take that information and I go, again, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ti. Go that with I use that with a D minor. Minor, again A minor, D minor, if you really wanted to make it more interesting and you have the bandwidth and you feel comfortable, try playing all of that, but just with dance drums, a bit like what we just did with the other song. See how the sound changes completely if I just use dance drums as opposed to... So both sounds are fine. It depends what my intention is, because that's a big part of, let's remember, it's a big part of what we're doing. Okay, last but not least, and this is gonna be my fun part. Yes, this is how I have fun, if you must ask. I wanna talk about syncopation because this was the last thing we saw. So we remember Adele, E minor, G, D, and C. What we also remember is there are 2 chords per bar, and we're changing not on beat number 3, but on the end of beat number 2. So it goes ta, ta, ti with the metronome. Come on, metronome, don't fail me now. Gonna go down to 40. Here we go. And 2, and 3, and 4. Let's go percussive. Ta, T, 4, and again, ta, T. Nice. Okay, wonderful. E minor now. This is where we're actually supposed to change to G, so let's do it one more time, just E minor, just to get into the beat. Next time we go E minor to G. Try it now. And to G. Okay, again, E minor to G. 2 and 4 and E minor, G, and then D to C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's great. Now, sometimes as you look through the version, and this was my punchline, check this out. This is another version of the same song, so go through those versions. Oh, look at this. This is super interesting. So they basically have the same suggestion we just did. This is the best dog bombing I've ever seen. This is awesome. Good job. I love it. So, no, it's okay. No, I love dogs. Don't mind me. So what I wanted to show is 1, and then we'll play on the end of 2, just like we did. But look at that. At the end, we have a similar idea that what we just played with Twist and Shout, meaning there's like a little drum fill at the end. So you could alternate between the two or just stay with the first beat we saw. So I'm interested, so let's go. I'm gonna try that. 3 and 4, let's go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's a bit new. And 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm gonna try that with E minor to G. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. So full speed, it would go something like this. So is it better than? That also works. So now I'm all warmed up. Let's go through the song, and I'm going to put it on autoplay so that we could go through everything. All right, let's go. This is going to fun part. I'm all warmed up. I'm going to stay with the, you know what? I prefer the previous version after careful consideration because it's cleaner. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to press play. Let's jam along. Okay. Okay, E minor. One more time. Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal you, but I ain't done much healing. So that was not the right notes. It was fun though. So I'll probably just go through it again. Hello. To go over everything. So at this point in my practice, what I would do, I would stop it and I would listen to the song to see what the pitch is. Sometimes that worked what I sang, but it was not. No, I won't try to find it live, but I'll probably perform it on the YouTube channel. I actually do a full cover. Normally I could sing it, but it's Friday, so that was my fun part. I attempted something new that I've never tried before, singing this on a low G in that specific key. And well, I can know for sure I need a bit more work before this is ready to go. That's what I could say about it, but I had fun. And it sounded nice still. So that's it for Ukulele Foundations. I hope you liked the project and the program. Of course, my goal here was to, oh, sorry, I can't see my face. My goal here was to give you the tools that you need to understand a bit better how to make up your own songs, how to move, how to strum, and so that when you make mistakes, as I often do, it's not the end of the world. Take your time, make it shorter, make it slower, do what you need to do so that you could actually tackle it. And it's ukulele. Sometimes if you could slide in 3 to 5, 15, 20 minutes practice or more per week, that would be wonderful. Just don't overdo it. If you're gonna go over an hour, please make sure you take breaks and stretch, you know, either with the different stretches I showed you, with the, you know, I'm flicking water off my fingers, finger yoga, just like you would at a gym. Like, don't start with 200 pounds if you've never ever lifted something. Just start with 10 pounds and work your way up. So yeah, so I'm going to be sending a little survey, and I'd like to have your suggestions for songs of the 4th of July. That's a happy dog. Just makes me, this is a perfect way to end the week. So thank you, Elda, for being here. Really appreciate it. And thank you for all of those that showed up in the different, during the different sessions. As I said, I will post that missing practice session. Bear with me. If you can send me song suggestions for Canada Day, 4th of July, or just songs that you would like me to do tutorials on, I'd love to hear that. So that's it for me. Play some ukulele. Hopefully that's been helpful to you. And now you have more tools than you did coming in this class. So that's it. If there are any questions, now is a good time. But you don't have to.
No questions. I just want to say thank you very, very much. I've enjoyed it totally.
Nice.
So his digit.
So then I might ask you to give me a testimonial to say that so that other people can enjoy it as well. And you know what's good is, as I do the second and third training, of course I'm gonna tweak a couple of things so that it gets better. But you'll get access to the newer versions of the videos as well as part of your course. So this is awesome. You get the original crew. So you get the legacy things as well. So that's it. Thank you so much, Elda. Go play some ukulele. If you have songs you'd like to learn, or if there are things you're stuck on, please reach out. This gives me the fuel, the ammo to provide all of you with stuff that you're interested in. So thank you so much for being here again, and I will see you soon. And I mean, just for the practice session, it's going to happen again. So you get a bonus practice session just for Elda. Awesome. Have a good one, Elda. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.